This video contains content that may be confronting.
An Australian hotline for historic child sexual abuse within a secretive religious sect known as the 2x2 Church claims to have identified more than 200 alleged offenders. The FBI is leading an international investigation across Australia, New Zealand, the US and Canada as survivors come forward with allegations spanning decades. Our reporter Digby Worthmuller has been looking into this story and joins me now in the studio. Digby, welcome. Just how big is this?
Yeah, well, look, this religious group is very little known about how it operates and its functions, but it's thought to have around 7,500 members across Australia and New Zealand. I've been speaking with Gillian Hishin, who runs a hotline here in Australia, and she claims to have spoken to over 280 victims who allege 206 perpetrators of historical child sexual abuse. Now, all of this has come to light following the death of one of the church leaders in the US in 2023, when his computer was found to have child exploitation material on that computer. And since then, it has really snowballed into what it is today. The church doesn't have any physical churches, and it doesn't operate traditionally how you would think a church would operate. Instead, ministers travel 2x2 between members' homes, living in their homes, and so it's through this act and way that they've been able to carry out this abuse historically. But a lot of these allegations are historical allegations, and so that's very concerning. But also this year there are still 25 conventions planned across Australia and New Zealand from October this year to January next year, so it's pretty concerning around those conventions still taking place.
Yeah, and Digby, what more can you tell us about the ongoing FBI investigation on this?
Yes, that international probe was started in 2023, and since then it's spanned Australia, New Zealand, the US, Canada as well. In Australia, there are yet to be any formal action taken by the FBI, but in New Zealand there have been reports filed and the FBI are looking into cases there, so whether they then move to Australia next, it's unsure. There's also, importantly, a Victorian government inquiry into fringe and cult groups, and it heard evidence and submissions from two former members regarding this church group. And one of the most damning points in that submission was the fact that survivors and victims of this historical abuse can't access the National Redress Scheme, and that's a scheme that's set up to help benefit survivors of historical abuse through monetary payment as well as psychological support. But because this church doesn't operate in a traditional way, and it has no registered entity, it's hard for those survivors to actually receive payment and go about any formal way of accessing that scheme.
Reporter Digby Worthmuller, thank you. If this story has raised any issues for you, you can get help by calling the National Sexual Assault and Family Violence Counselling Helpline on 1800 RESPECT, which is 1800 737 732.